Hey. All right there, people. It's me, good old Morris. Yes. And I'm here to share with you just what's going up and going down over here in good old Motown, Detroit. To begin with, let's look at Jefferson Avenue. This is a very warm, muggy, hot, and sunny day in the city of Detroit. We had a light thunderstorm earlier today. A real high on our heat index. And guess what? It's just my favorite kind of weather. You're looking at Jefferson Avenue. I'm here to tell you, good people, that our Detroit City Council, a council full of sellout, black sellout council members, they voted to give DTE a $150 million contract, yes, to turn our motherfucking street lights on. So now, Jefferson Avenue is so goddamn pitch black at nighttime. It is so damn dark that you can't even see your motherfucking hands. Right over here on Jefferson Avenue, $150 million for nothing. 150 million buckos, good people, to be wasted, robbed, and stolen from the people of Detroit. So pitch black in Detroit, I swear, you can't even see your goddamn hands. Last month we had the Detroit Grand Prix over here at Erma Henderson Park. And while we were pitch black over here on Jefferson Avenue, our city government, headed by Mike Duggan, spearheaded over him by Rick Schneider and their suburban regional park authorities, they were allowed to take over our lovely and very elegant park over here on the east side of Detroit. That's Erma Henderson Park, and they were allowed to park their cars all over our grass, and they left all kind of tire tracks, all kind of tire trails all through this park, and they had the nerve, the bodacious audacity to give these people these long, tall light towers so that their cars could be well lit and that they can feel totally safe and self-assured that there would be nothing that was going to be happening to their rides, while our Detroit City school buses transferred all of these outside people down Jefferson Avenue, across the MacArthur Bridge, to get posted out there at Belle Isle to enjoy the Detroit Grand Prix at our motherfucking expense. On the far end over here at Erma Henderson Park, let me kind of zoom in some so you can see just what's going down over here. Over here at the far south end of Erma Henderson Park, right there at the river, this is where you have all of your good time Detroit hangout folk. They love to congregate over here at this parking structure to kick back in their rides and, you know, be chilling and hanging out, kicking out the good old soulful old school jammies and playing all kind of big whist, all kind of barbecue grills running, and you've got the brothers out here and the sisters out here fishing over here at the river. And this is your day by day activity that jumps off over here in the summer. On this end over here, and I wish this tree was not blocking the full court basketball courts, it's right behind this tree. Over here is where you have all of the young brothers. They love to come over here to these basketball courts, and I'm telling you, you're talking about some good talent, good raw talent in the city of Detroit. You're talking about some real fire slammer jammer, just running and gunning, fast break, fast pace, Detroit Showtime, Detroit basketball on these courts. And had it not been for this tree, then many of us would be able to enjoy the great talent that is displayed out here on these basketball courts over here at lovely Erma Henderson Park. Over here you've got the parking structure, and it's pretty much like that one over there. The folk want to come over here and just be chilling, really. In the parking structure, they kick out their jammies and they're hanging and they're doing what folk do, just having some good summertime fun over here at lovely Erma Henderson Park. Yes. And this is your day-by-day, daily activity that jumps off over here at Erma Henderson Park. Normally, the young folk like to use this McDonald's over here for their refreshments after they get done, you know, with their really high-energy basketball play. And of course, you've got the marina. What's odd about what's happening over here at this park today is what you see right here in the middle. I'm going to zoom this thing out some. I'm going to zoom it back in to give you a closer look of what's jumping off. What you see in the middle of Erma Henderson Park, after our city has allowed for Rick Schneider and the suburban regional park authorities, yes, allowed these motherfuckers to come over here to our park and pile up all of these, 1,000 goddamn cars on top of our grass and fuck it up. And every dime that was made, the city of Detroit won't see a nickel of it. But now, you can see where our city government has allowed for these young children to create their own soccer field right here in the middle of Erma Henderson Park. These children that you see here do not live in Detroit, and their parents do not pay taxes in Detroit, and they're able to just waltz up into the city of Detroit and get all up on our goddamn park and put their nets up and create their own soccer field in our city park. I want to kind of zoom in some here, and I want to show you, give you just a closer view of just what the dilly is. These children don't have no more business over here fucking around at Erma Henderson Park than a man on the goddamn moon. Because how many of you blacks, yes, how many of you have gone out to Grosse Pointe, Bloomfield, and you have created your 9-10 basketball courts right in the middle of their well-manicured parks? Have you ever done this? And why so many of you black people would not complain when you see just a slap of the face to where these children are able to come over here and have a soccer field where your own children of the Detroit public schools don't have one. They don't even have soccer in their sports curriculum. Because our Class A status as a school district has been totally destroyed by the help of Governor Granholm and John England and currently Rick Schneider. They fucked the Detroit public school system all the way to fuck up. Our children do not have soccer. But these young children who are not from this community are able to just waltz into this goddamn park and take over the whole goddamn middle of the damn park. And they have no connection whatsoever to the folk over here playing basketball. These children over here in the middle of our park playing soccer have no connection to the people over here chilling and hanging by the river. True imposters. This is called white privilege in the city of Detroit. These are white children who have taken over our park. That's called white privilege in a 90% black city. You should be angry, Detroit. Because I swear you can find a million things to be angry about. But this is cutting your damn throat right here. This is you getting shot in the head with a bullet by these crazed, skinhead-minded militia, white militia, popo forces who are being contracted into these cities to preside over all majority black communities. Now Detroit, I want to know how many black people do you know have gone out to Grosse Pointe and went over to their city council meetings and presented their package to this all-white city council in Grosse Pointe. How many of you have gone to their council table and you made your proposal to this all-white city council the way these white folk come to our all-black city council and strike gold? Yes. How many of you black motherfuckers out here went over to the city council in Bloomfield and you had balls enough to tell those good white folk out there that you want for them to privatize their parks and let you come in here and run it, and you want to receive a contract, their public dollars, to take over their motherfucking park, and that you want to run it, and you want to put 10 basketball courts right in the middle of their goddamn park, because that's what black folk like, basketball. Yes. How many of you black folk have gone to their council and told these white people this the way these white folk come to our black council, full of black sellouts, that they want to come in here and want for us to privatize and give them the contract so they can take our goddamn money and do whatever the hell they want to do with it. They can run it. Yes. Well, good people, I'm just here to tell you, by the time them white folk, them good white folk down there at Grosse Pointe at their city council, by the time they get done calling you every goddamn nigger, every coon, every goddamn blackface, every goddamn Sambo, every goddamn Uncle Tom, every goddamn Negro, they'll be done toss your ass out of their goddamn council chambers through the goddamn big glass head first. Them white folk will get your ass outside black folk, and they'll put a beating on your ass like you'll never goddamn forget. And by the time they get done beating you upside your head, good folk, they'll be tarring and feathering your black ass. Some of them, they'll even put a couple of buckshots in your black ass and blow you right back on the other goddamn side of 8 Mile where your black ass belong, before they take it over after you done gave it away like a damn fool. You'll never see us anywhere out in the goddamn suburbs taking over any goddamn thing. But here we are in a city over 90% black, and we taking all of this goddamn shit. We have a white mayor, but he's not the first white mayor the city of Detroit ever had. LIVONIA Mike Duggan from Livonia, Michigan, the whitest city in America, has become the mayor of Detroit. He's white and he served white people's interests, which is totally different from black people's interests. Now, I don't give a damn who don't like what the hell I'm saying. Fuck who don't like it. I'm telling you the ugly goddamn truth. Yes, that's killing us. So many of us black folk out here, we love them little sweet, pretty ass little lies, because them goddamn sweet lies and pretty goddamn lies have higher cheekbones than the goddamn ugly ass truth. But it's the ugly, flat-footed ass goddamn truth, black folk, that's gonna set your black ass free. And I'm full of that today, looking at these children on this goddamn park who don't have no more business on this goddamn park than a man on the goddamn moon. Our children cannot take over this goddamn park and be out here playing motherfucking soccer in the middle of our very elegant, lovely park that sits on the goddamn water. They piled the cars on top of our goddamn park for the Detroit Grand Prix last month and fucked up our goddamn park, our grass, and now they have allowed these young white kids who are not from this community to set up their own goddamn soccer field. And they have no connection whatsoever with the folk hanging over here playing basketball. They have no connection. These young white children have no connection with those folk over there chilling on the park as they do on the daily throughout the summer. They have no right. This is completely illegal. But when you're silent as a goddamn church mouse on the issues that affect all of us, this is what would be allowed to happen to all of us. These dirty ass goddamn po-po, they can kill us every goddamn day. Any goddamn time they can steal your democracy. Any motherfucking time they can come in here and steal your democracy. Your tax dollars. All these land grabs, like over here. All this land over here has been given over to the Hands Farm Group H-A-N-T-Z. That's a German goddamn group, good people. And Snyder already said, along with Dave Bing, who offered all kind of incentives, $30,000 incentives for outside people, particularly whites, to move back into the city of Detroit. And this land over here, from a huge, large, rectangular square area of land over here on Detroit's east side, good people, that was given away for pennies on the motherfucking dollar. From Van Dyke all the way to St. Jean, all the way up to Mac, and back to Van Dyke. Half a goddamn $1 million. And these motherfuckers took all of this goddamn land and they're ready to make the new inhabitants of this land. And they have already put the call out, good people, for over 200,000 new immigrants to come and preside in the city of Detroit on this motherfucking land where you're being kicked off. And please, Detroit, don't just believe that the only horrible thing that we've been seeing and we've been witnessing, that we've been experiencing, is seeing our young black children, particularly our young black men, being shot and killed and murdered by the goddamn police. Please do not believe that that's the only goddamn thing to be upset over. You're supposed to be upset when your goddamn land is being grabbed and stolen from you. You're supposed to be upset when your democracy is stolen. You're supposed to be upset, good black people, when you're plagued with voter fraud and you can never get the right people in office to run this city to where we all benefit. You got LIVONIA Mike in there as the goddamn mayor. Got in there through pure voter fraud. And I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was one of them people out there who took out the time, yes, to be a challenger and challenge all of those goddamn ballots with all of those fake ass goddamn signatures, the same signatures over and over and over for Mike Duggan. And for those of us who understand politics, everybody knows that nobody wins nothing, not even dog catcher, on the goddamn write-in process. So you mean to tell me, all of you black motherfuckers, you were so goddamn in love with Mike Duggan that you got your ass posted, yes, over there at the motherfucking ballots, and you wrote his goddamn name in there to be your damn mayor? That's a goddamn lie. You know damn well you did not. And for those of us who've been fighting corruption all of these years, we knew he would get in the same way Archer got in, the same way Kilpatrick got his ass in there, the same way Dave Bean got his ass in there. And they might look black to you, but they are not black people. They served white supremacy. They represented lily white politics in the black city. And they gave the whole goddamn city away. It was not because of crime and young black people who made the city of Detroit into this place of abandonment and blight. It was not the people who caused this. It was your elected officials, those motherfuckers downtown, who did this shit on council. Every vote they took was always out of your interest, black Detroit. Every vote they took, they cut your damn throat. And so if these politicians can work against you, and they can do just as they did, they brought these goddamn lily white supremacists, militia style popo to come in here and preside over a goddamn majority black city and kill us. And I'm thanking my mother for always telling me, you better know your goddamn enemy. I said, well, what do I need to know? You just know one goddamn thing. They hate your goddamn ass. They want every damn thing you got, and they'll kill your goddamn ass to get it. You better know your damn enemy and always be one step ahead of your motherfucking enemy. And I thank my mother daily for telling me that. And it gives me enough common sense to know that what you're looking at is dead goddamn wrong. These children don't have no more business over here than the man on the goddamn moon. They're supposed to be out there in Grosse Pointe some goddamn where. And speaking of Grosse Pointe, I also want to inform you about the Detroit Boat Club. It's a very old building. This Detroit Boat Club has been over here for please, could have been 100 goddamn years. Yes. Under Detroit River. Right over here by the goddamn bridge. And I believe these children here that you see out here playing soccer in the middle of our goddamn park These children preside right over here in the boat club. They jog around the fountain every goddamn day during the summer. I asked those children, I said, what the hell are you all doing over there at the boat club? One of them told me, he said, that's our new school. I said, what's the name of your school? Grosse Pointe North and Grosse Pointe South. Right over here in the city of Detroit at Belle Isle. And these children are able to live on the water, enjoy the view of our majestic blue Detroit River, and they have an excellent view of our lovely MacArthur Belle Isle Bridge. And our children of the city of Detroit are on the outside looking in, wishing like hell they could be inside the motherfucking boat club. Yes. And they have given these children white privilege. You're looking at white privilege right here in the 90% black city. And we'll never be able to get our ass out here in the middle of our goddamn park and play some goddamn soccer. Some things to talk about, to react on. Some things to fight about. They don't have no goddamn business over here. And this shit is wrong. Every Tuesday they come over here and take over our goddamn park. White privilege in the city of Detroit. I'm going to go ahead and get on off of here. I've allowed myself to get angry because this shit is truly wrong. When our own children don't even have soccer in our Detroit public schools. Our public schools have been dismantled. Yes. When I was coming up in the Detroit public schools, we had all our goddamn schools open and everybody loved their schools and we had great school rivalries. Everybody was proud of their own goddamn school. We were a Class A school district. We were the 5th largest goddamn school district in this goddamn country. Something to be very proud of. Here come the goddamn state and took over our goddamn schools. Governor Granholm. Yes. And so many of you black folk, you called her a sister. You called her your sister just because she came over there where you was at. And you fed her some fried chicken and some collard greens and hot water cornbread. And you felt like she was your goddamn sister. Well, good people, please, don't let the goddamn blonde hair and the blue eyes fool your goddamn ass. Please don't look at her like she's some kind of a damn Barbie doll when she's more like the goddamn Wicked Witch of the West from the Wizard of Oz. That Wicked Witch was the one who allowed the floodgates to open for charter schools to come in here and steal every goddamn dime of our public dollars for our public schools. She allowed for a charter school bill passed by them fuckers up there in Lansing. Yes. And she allowed for that bill to sit there on her goddamn desk for 30 goddamn days, and it became law. And it opened the floodgate for every goddamn preacher, every goddamn shyster, every crook, every goddamn asshole, any damn thing could get a goddamn school at the expense of the Detroit public schools. And so many of you took your children out of the goddamn public school system and you put those children in those damn charter schools. Yes, you did. And every dime from the public schools went to the goddamn charter schools, and that's illegal. If you want for your children to have something better than the public school system, because they throw those words out there, academies and charter schools, that sounds, I don't know, I guess it sounds white to you. If you need some lily whiteness in your life, then you put your child in a public school or a parochial school and you pay for it your motherfucking self. And not at the expense of the public dollars that goes to the Detroit public schools. Took our school system from a Class A district as a school district. And now our schools have been reduced to nothing. We lost our Class A status as a school district. Along with that, we lost our Class A status sports programs in our Detroit public schools. So we hardly have any kind of sports programs in our Detroit public schools, but these young children, white children, yes, white privilege in Detroit are allowed to come over here and take over our motherfucking park and run our grass into the goddamn ground playing soccer all over it like a motherfucker. Some things to be angry about, Detroit. This is a slap in your damn face. And as long as you can be treated like this, Detroit, Popo can certainly put a bullet in your head, mine and all the rest of us. coming up in the Detroit public schools, we had every goddamn thing when I was in the school system. You keep telling that same lie over and over and over again that the Detroit public schools is a terrible, horrible goddamn school system just because it's a black school system. Keep telling that damn lie over and over and over again, especially the media, and those lies become the truth. And that's where we get fucked over, that's where we get screwed. And to fix it is always to bring these lily white influences on our black situations in Detroit. And I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. I swear I'm angry. And I feel like going down there and running everybody off of that goddamn park. In a minute.